Xi Jinping, a name reshaping the global order. From a turbulent childhood during the Cultural Revolution to becoming China's most powerful leader since Mao Zedong, Xi Jinping has embarked on a journey that has captivated the world. While his vision of the Chinese dream, a thriving economy, and the ambitious Belt and Road Initiative are hailed by some, Xi now faces unprecedented challenges. Backlash from the zero-COVID policy, a spiraling real estate crisis, and escalating tensions with the United States over technology in Taiwan. Once an enigma to the world, Xi Jinping has become a figure that every global superpower watches closely. Is he a visionary leader steering China toward greatness, or is he charting a perilous course for the nation? From a young man enduring hardship in rural China to consolidating absolute power, Xi's journey is not just the story of one man or one country. It's a narrative that impacts the entire world. In this video, we'll uncover the truth behind the most powerful man in China, his leadership style, his bold strategies, and how they're reshaping the global stage. Welcome to Faces of History. Here we uncover fascinating stories from the past and dive into the lives of legendary figures who shaped the course of world history. If you're passionate about history and the incredible journeys of those who made it, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Let's embark on this inspiring journey through time together. Biography and political career. Born on June 15, 1953 in Beijing, China, Xi Jinping is one of the world's most influential leaders today. His path from a challenging childhood during the Cultural Revolution to becoming the General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, is a story of resilience and an unrelenting quest for power. Below, we take a detailed look at his life and political career. 1. Early life and background. A revolutionary family. Xi Jinping was born into a prominent revolutionary family. His father, Xi Jinping, was a senior CCP leader and a close ally of Mao Zedong. However, in the early 1960s, Xi Jinping was purged after being accused of anti-party activities, leaving the family in hardship. Childhood. During the Cultural Revolution, when Mao launched the Cultural Revolution in 1966, Xi's family was labeled enemies of the revolution. His father was imprisoned, and 15-year-old Xi was sent to the countryside for labor reform. Life in Liangjiahe. Xi spent several years in a small village in Shanxi province, enduring harsh living conditions and hard manual labor. During this time, he developed resilience, formed connections with rural communities, and began laying the foundation of his indomitable will. 2. Education and joining the Communist Party. Return to Beijing. After Mao Zedong's death and the end of the Cultural Revolution, Xi returned to Beijing in 1975 to study at Tsinghua University, one of China's most prestigious institutions. He majored in chemical engineering, though his ambitions were firmly rooted in politics. Joining the CCP, Xi joined the CCP in 1974 as China was transitioning into a period of reform and opening under Deng Xiaoping. He quickly demonstrated leadership potential and began cultivating relationships within the party, an essential factor in his later rise to power. 3. Political career and rise in the party. Starting in regional roles. Xi's political career began in rural provinces and coastal regions. He held positions in Hebei, Fujian, Zhejiang, and Shanghai, economically and politically vital areas of China. He gained a reputation as a pragmatic leader focused on economic reforms and anti-corruption efforts. Progress in key provinces. Fujian, 1985-2002. Over nearly 2 decades in Fujian, Xi emphasized infrastructure development, trade promotion, and attracting foreign investment. He also worked to foster peaceful ties with Taiwan, a significant CCP objective. Zhejiang, 2002-2007. As party secretary of Zhejiang, Xi drove economic reform, supported private enterprises, and spearheaded rapid economic growth. The province became a model for China's broader economic policies. Shanghai, 2007. Xi was appointed party secretary of Shanghai, a critical post in the CCP. Although his tenure was brief, he impressed senior party leaders and solidified his position as a rising star within the party. 4. Ascension to national leadership. Becoming General Secretary of the CCP, 2012. In 2012, Xi was elected General Secretary of the CCP and Chairman of the Central Military Commission, the two most powerful positions in Chinese politics. In 2013, he was formally appointed President of China, consolidating his control over the country's political and military systems. Major policies and reforms. Anti-corruption campaign. Xi launched a sweeping anti-corruption campaign targeting high-ranking officials like Zhou Yongkang, one of the most powerful figures of the time. While the campaign garnered praise, many analysts argue it was also a tool to eliminate political rivals and solidify his authority. The Chinese Dream. Xi introduced the concept of the Chinese Dream, emphasizing a vision of China as a prosperous, powerful global superpower by 2049, marking the 100th anniversary of the People's Republic of China. Constitutional amendments, 2018. Xi abolished presidential term limits, allowing him to stay in power indefinitely. This move drew significant criticism domestically and internationally. From a youth laboring in impoverished rural China to becoming the most powerful Chinese leader since Mao Zedong, Xi Jinping's rise is a testament to his strategic acumen, resilience, and ability to navigate the CCP's complex power dynamics. However, his consolidation of absolute power has sparked debates about growing authoritarianism, curbs on freedoms, and an increasingly aggressive foreign policy. The future of China under Xi's leadership remains a critical issue on the global stage. Key policies of Xi Jinping. Under Xi Jinping's leadership, China has undergone significant transformations in its economy, politics, and society. His policies have not only reshaped China internally, but also profoundly influenced global dynamics. Below are the most notable policies and their related developments. 1. Anti-corruption campaign. Cleaning up or consolidating power? A massive campaign. Shortly after becoming General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, in 2012, Xi Jinping launched the largest anti-corruption campaign in modern Chinese history. He pledged to target both tigers, high-ranking officials, and flies, lower-level officials, involved in corruption. Concrete actions. Tens of thousands of officials have been investigated, detained, or prosecuted. High-profile figures such as Zhou Yongkang, former Minister of Public Security, Sun Zhengkai, Chongqing Party Secretary, and Ling Jihua, Central Committee Office Chief, have been sentenced to prison. The real objectives. Fighting corruption. The campaign has helped restore public trust in the CCP. Consolidating power. Analysts argue that it also serves as a tool for Xi to eliminate political rivals and tighten his grip on the party. The campaign remains ongoing, expanding into technology and finance sectors. In 2023, several CEOs of tech companies and banking executives were investigated, raising concerns about instability within China's economic elite. 2. The Chinese Dream, a vision for global superpower status. Concept of the Chinese Dream. Introduced by Xi Jinping in 2013, this vision focuses on two major goals: restoring China's greatness, positioning the country as a leading global power by 2049, the centennial of the People's Republic of China, improving citizens' lives, eradicating poverty, and building a prosperous society. Key achievements. Poverty alleviation. In 2021, Xi declared that China had eradicated extreme poverty, a historic milestone. Military modernization. Increased defense spending and modernization efforts have aimed to match the United States' military capabilities. Current challenges. Economic slowdown. Post-COVID-19 recovery has been sluggish, with growth rates falling to their lowest levels in decades. Real estate crisis. Companies like Evergrande and Country Garden have faced severe financial troubles, threatening financial stability. Income inequality. While extreme poverty has been eradicated, the wealth gap continues to widen. 3. Social control. The rise of the surveillance state. Enhanced control through technology. Under Xi Jinping, China has implemented one of the most extensive surveillance systems in the world. Social credit system. Monitors individuals' and businesses' behaviors, rewarding or punishing based on trustworthiness. High-tech surveillance. use of facial recognition cameras and artificial intelligence to track citizens, strict information censorship, freedom of speech restrictions. Social media platforms are tightly regulated, and dissenting voices are suppressed. The Great Firewall blocks access to foreign websites and apps like Google, Facebook, and Twitter. Recent developments: zero COVID protests, 2022. Xi's strict COVID-19 policies led to the largest protests since Tiananmen Square, posing a rare challenge to his authority. Tighter control over key sectors. Recent crackdowns on private education, technology, and entertainment industries aim to maintain cultural and economic dominance. 4. Foreign relations, global ambitions, and strategic rivalries. Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. Launched in 2013, the BRI seeks to establish a global network of infrastructure and trade connecting China to various regions worldwide. Over 140 countries have joined the initiative. Recent developments: 10th anniversary of BRI 2023. Xi announced plans to expand the project despite criticism that it creates debt traps for developing nations. Relations with the U.S. and the West. Trade tensions. The U.S.-China trade war began in 2018 with the U.S. imposing significant tariffs on Chinese goods. Recently, the U.S. banned exports of high-tech chips to China, prompting Beijing to accelerate domestic production. Taiwan issue. Xi has stated that unifying Taiwan with China is a non-negotiable goal. Military drills near Taiwan in 2023 escalated tensions between China and the U.S. engagement with developing nations. China has expanded its influence in organizations like BRICS and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO, challenging the Western-led global order. Under Xi Jinping, China has made significant strides in modernization and global influence. However, his policies have also sparked widespread debate. As Xi continues to navigate economic challenges, international rivalries, and domestic discontent, the question remains: can he fulfill his vision of transforming China into a true global superpower? Only time will tell. Xi Jinping's global influence. Xi Jinping not only leads China, the world's most populous nation and the second-largest economy, but also spearheads an ambitious strategy to reshape the global order. Under his leadership, China has expanded its influence across economic, political, and military domains, directly challenging Western dominance. Below is a detailed look at Xi Jinping's global influence and the strategies he employs to realize his ambitions. 1. Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. Reshaping global economics. Concept and objectives. The Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, launched by Xi Jinping in 2013, is a monumental global project aimed at building infrastructure networks connecting China with Asia, Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. Vision: revive the ancient Silk Road and expand China's economic and political influence worldwide. Execution: China has invested billions of dollars in projects such as railways, ports, airports, and energy facilities in over 140 countries. Key achievements: boosting trade. BRI projects have enhanced trade between China and participating countries, cementing Beijing's role as a central hub in global supply chains. Expanding political influence. Many developing nations depend on Chinese loans, granting Beijing significant leverage over their policies. Recent developments. 10th anniversary of BRI to 2023. Xi pledged to expand the initiative with green and digital projects, despite criticism of the BRI as a debt trap for participating nations. Challenges. Countries like Pakistan and Sri Lanka face debt repayment difficulties, raising concerns about the initiative's sustainability. 2. Confrontation with the U.S. and the West. U.S.-China relations, a global rivalry. Under Xi, U.S.-China relations have reached unprecedented levels of tension, with both powers competing in economic, technological, and military domains. Trade war. Starting in 2018, the U.S. imposed steep tariffs on Chinese goods, prompting retaliatory measures from Beijing. Despite negotiations, the trade war remains unresolved. Tech competition. The U.S. has banned exports of advanced chips and AI technology to China, straining Beijing's high-tech industries. In response, China is accelerating domestic innovation and restricting exports of rare earth metals critical for modern technology. Taiwan issue Xi has declared that unifying Taiwan with China is non-negotiable. U.S. officials' visits to Taiwan in 2023 prompted heightened military drills near the island, escalating the risk of conflict. Relations with the EU. Economic ties. The EU is China's largest trading partner, particularly in industries like manufacturing and renewable energy. Political tensions. Europe has grown wary of dependence on Chinese goods and voiced concerns over human rights issues in Xinjiang and Hong Kong. 3. Expanding influence in developing nations. Strengthening ties with global alliances. BRICS. Xi has championed the expansion of BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, by inviting countries like Argentina, Iran, and Saudi Arabia. China aims to use BRICS to establish a new economic order that reduces reliance on the US dollar. Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO, co-led by China and Russia, the SCO focuses on security and economic cooperation across Eurasia. Xi uses the SCO to solidify China's leadership role in the region, influence in Africa and South Asia. Africa. China is Africa's largest investor, funding infrastructure projects and providing development aid. Xi has hosted multiple summits with African leaders, pledging stronger economic and educational ties. South Asia. Pakistan and Sri Lanka are key BRI partners, with significant Chinese investments in ports and energy projects. However, debt crises in these nations have complicated their relationships with Beijing. 4. Military power and strategy in Asia. Modernizing the military. Under Xi, China has heavily invested in its military, transforming the People's Liberation Army, PLA, into a modern force with advanced space, cyber, and naval capabilities. China has built the world's second-largest fleet of aircraft carriers and developed hypersonic missiles to rival the U.S. South China Sea control. Beijing has constructed artificial islands in the South China Sea, equipping them with military facilities to assert control over this crucial trade route. Neighboring countries like Vietnam, the Philippines, and Malaysia have strongly opposed these actions, but Beijing maintains its hardline stance. 5. Cultural and ideological influence. Promoting the Chinese model. Xi has presented the Chinese model as an alternative to Western democracy. Developing nations, particularly in Africa and Southeast Asia, increasingly view China's blend of economic growth and political control as a viable template. Exercising soft power. China leverages Confucius Institutes, films, and cultural exchange programs to extend its cultural influence globally. However, these efforts have faced backlash, especially in the US and Europe, where Beijing is accused of using them for propaganda. Xi Jinping's global influence is undeniable. Under his leadership, China has expanded its role across all domains, from economics and military to culture. However, these policies come with growing resistance from the West and mounting internal challenges. Can Xi Jinping sustain his ambition to position China as the world's leading superpower, or will internal and external pressures hinder this progress? The answer lies in his next moves and how the world responds to China's rise. What will Xi Jinping do to make China the world's leading superpower? Xi Jinping's ambitions to position China as the world's top superpower are no secret. His strategy involves a series of domestic and international policies aimed at strengthening China's economic, military, and global influence. Here's a breakdown of the key steps he is likely to take to achieve this goal. 1. Accelerating economic and technological growth. A. Promoting sustainable economic growth. China, once known for decades of high GDP growth, now faces challenges like slowing growth, a real estate crisis, and rising debt. Economic transformation. Shift focus from low-cost manufacturing to high-value industries such as technology, financial services, and renewable energy. Boost domestic consumption to reduce reliance on exports. Addressing the real estate crisis. Restructure major property developers like Evergrande and Country Garden. Limit speculative investments in real estate to stabilize the economy. B. Leading in technology and innovation. Xi views technology as the cornerstone for competing with the US and other Western nations. Investments in high-tech sectors, Drive advancements in artificial intelligence, AI, 5G, 6G telecommunications, and space technology. Strengthen support for domestic tech giants like Huawei, Tencent, and ByteDance to reduce dependence on U.S. technology. Achieving semiconductor independence. Following U.S. export bans, China is doubling down on research and development of advanced semiconductor chips. The 14th Five-Year Plan, 2021-2025, emphasizes self-reliance in technology, with billions in government funding for R&D. 2. Modernizing the military and asserting regional dominance. A. Modernizing the People's Liberation Army, PLA. Xi has set a goal to transform the PLA into a world-class military by 2049. Military strategy: expand naval capabilities to control the South China Sea and counter the U.S. in the Indo-Pacific. Develop cutting-edge weapons, including hypersonic missiles, aircraft carriers, and space defense systems. Nuclear deterrence: grow China's nuclear arsenal to enhance deterrence against the U.S. and NATO. B. Strengthening regional control. South China Sea: continue building artificial islands, fortifying military installations, and asserting control over this vital trade route despite opposition from neighbors. Taiwan: Xi considers unifying Taiwan with China a non-negotiable objective. Increased military drills and economic pressures signal readiness for potential conflict, though non-military measures are preferred in the short term. 3. Expanding international influence. Challenging U.S. dominance. A. Advancing the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. Xi will continue investing in infrastructure projects across Asia, Africa, and the Middle East to extend China's economic and political reach. Pivot to sustainable projects. To counter debt trap criticism, future BRI investments will emphasize renewable energy and digital infrastructure. B. Strengthening relations with developing nations. BRICS and SCO. Xi is fostering the growth of BRICS and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO, to establish a global coalition less reliant on the West. Africa and Latin America. Deepen investments in resource-rich regions, offering favorable loans to solidify strategic partnerships. C. Challenging the global financial system. Reducing USD dependence. Promote the use of the yuan in international trade, particularly through bilateral agreements with nations like Russia, Brazil, and Middle Eastern countries. Building alternative financial institutions, establish international banks and financial organizations to compete with the IMF and World Bank. 4. Strengthening social control and national unity. A. Tightening social surveillance. Xi will continue leveraging advanced technology to maintain internal stability amid economic challenges. Social credit system. Monitor individual and corporate behavior to encourage loyalty to the government. B. Fostering nationalism. Promoting patriotism. Use propaganda campaigns to instill pride in the government and the Chinese dream. Cultural control. Limit Western cultural influence while promoting Chinese cultural products. Following the 2022 protests against the zero-COVID policy, Xi has implemented reforms to alleviate public pressure, but societal discontent remains a long-term challenge. 5. Reshaping global ideology. Promoting the Chinese model, Xi aims to position China's combination of economic growth and strict political control as an alternative to Western democracy. Using international forums, platforms like the G20, BRICS, and SCO serve as stages to promote China's development philosophy. Expanding media influence. Invest in international media outlets like CGTN to spread Chinese cultural and political narratives. Xi Jinping has a clear strategy to position China as the world's leading superpower, but the road is fraught with obstacles. Economic slowdown. Internal challenges, including slowing growth and financial instability, may hinder progress. Global tensions. Increasing friction with the U.S. and Western nations over trade, technology, and Taiwan remains a significant hurdle. Domestic pressures. Public dissatisfaction and growing inequality could test Xi's ability to maintain stability. Can Xi Jinping steer China past these obstacles to achieve his ambitious vision? Or will these challenges prove insurmountable? Only time will tell. Xi Jinping is not just a leader of China, He is a pivotal figure in redefining the global order. From anti-corruption campaigns that shook the political landscape to the ambitious vision of the Chinese dream and strategies like the Belt and Road Initiative to expand international influence, Xi has elevated China to new heights. However, the path to becoming the world's leading superpower is far from smooth. Slowing economic growth, escalating tensions with the US, and mounting domestic pressures pose significant challenges for Xi to overcome. Can Xi Jinping lead China through these challenges to become the world's #1 power? Or will these obstacles prove insurmountable, halting his grand ambitions? Only time and Xi's next moves will provide the answers. What are your thoughts on Xi Jinping and his policies? Is he the leader capable of realizing the vision of making China the world's top superpower? Or are there barriers that China might find impossible to overcome? Share your opinions in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about influential leaders and key events shaping our world, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Share this video with your friends and family, especially those who are interested in dramatic stories about politics, history, and global affairs. Thank you for watching until the end. Every like, comment, and share motivates us to continue delivering high-quality content. See you in the next video, and have a wonderful day.